Mobile penetration testing toolkit created by the mobile security company Zimperium. It supports an array of features like scanning a device for known vulnerabilities, performing man-in-the-middle attacks, and even password cracking on certain protocols. Zanti 3.0 was released earlier this year, and you can download it for free from their official website. This app is actually used by a lot of cybersecurity professionals in the industry, but it's one that I personally don't prefer due to its commercial nature. You don't need root access for basic operations in Zanti, but it's pretty pointless without it. At number 4 we have Interceptor NG. Interceptor NG is a network toolkit that specializes in man-in-the-middle attacks. Interceptor supports password sniffing, message sniffing, packet capture, and more. You can read their official wiki page to view all the offered features and for troubleshooting. It's recommended that you use Interceptor on a phone that supports packet injection, so a device like a Nexus 5 would be perfect for this. And yes, it does require root access. At number 3 we have Linux Deploy. This is not a pen testing app by itself, but I think it's one that most hackers would find extremely useful. Linux Deploy is an open source app that basically allows you to install a Linux distribution on your Android phone. It is available on the Play Store and has over 1 million downloads. It supports most of the popular distributions like Kali Linux, Arch, Debian, Ubuntu, Fedora, and more. It runs in a chroot environment to make sure you don't break your phone, and all the packages and components you install on the distro are reversible and can be removed completely. They have a very detailed guide on how to install Kali Linux using Linux Deploy that you can check out if you're interested. Number 2. DriveDroid. This is one of my personal favorites. Similar to Linux Deploy, this is not a pen testing app by itself. DriveDroid allows you to convert your phone into a bootable USB device. So if you connect your phone to your laptop or PC, you can boot into your favorite Linux distro or even boot into tools like Conboot and Boot Repair straight off of your phone. If you're still not impressed, let me tell you why I personally like this app. You can actually create a persistent Kali Linux installation image on your phone. For those of you who don't know what persistence is, it means that unlike a live boot, any changes you make to the distro are actually saved and restored when you boot it up again. So not only can you connect your phone to your PC and boot up Kali Linux, but any new packages that you download or modifications that you make will also be saved within that installation. There's a very detailed guide on the official site that explains how to do this that you can check out if you're interested. At number 1 we have Termux. Termux is my number 1 Android app for hackers. For those of you who don't know what it is, Termux is an open source terminal emulator for Android. Since Android is based on the Linux kernel, you can get a shell on Android that is accessed through the command line. Many popular Linux packages have been ported to Termux to make sure that differences in architecture and libraries is not a problem. To get a list of all the available packages on Termux, you can use the command pkg list-all. This includes popular hacking programs like Hydra, Nmap, and SQLmap. The reason why Termux is number 1, however, is because it supports the Metasploit framework. Metasploit is the world's most popular pen testing framework, and with Termux, you can run it straight off of your phone. Once you're able to run Metasploit, most of these other apps actually become redundant, since you can do almost everything from Metasploit itself. To view a detailed guide on how to install Metasploit using Termux, check out the link in the description. So that's my top 5 hacking apps for Android for 2018. Links to everything I've mentioned can be found in the description. A special mention goes out to Kali NetHunter, which did not make it in this list since it's a custom ROM and not an app, but it's probably the best solution for anyone who's serious about pen testing on Android. Also, just a pro tip for everyone watching this. For obvious reasons, I don't recommend installing any of these apps on your personal phone. I have a dedicated Nexus 5 that is running NetHunter along with a few of these apps, and I suggest you do the same. And as always, this list is purely subjective, and I actually wanted to include apps that were not included in the 2017 edition of this video. If you think I've left out any app that belongs on this list, let me know in the comments down below. I'm also planning on making videos on some of these individual apps in the future, so let me know which ones you're interested in as well. This was Arkin from wastedwolf.com, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And cut.